19th century literature ran on masks. By around 1830, 4 out of 5 novels in Britain appeared anonymously, or under a pen name. That secrecy shaped who got read, what got sold, and how entire genres, especially the Gothic, crept under the skin. Today I'm making the case that the pseudonym is the century's most powerful literary tool, a shield, a brand, and a mood machine. Quick grounding. Pseudonyms weren't new. Voltaire wasn't born Voltaire. François-Marie Arouet picked the sharper name for battle. Molière was Jean-Baptiste Poquelin until the stage demanded a persona. In English fiction, anonymity was standard by the late 18th century. By a lady on the title page meant polite respectability. Jane Austen launched Sense and Sensibility in 1811 as By a Lady. Readers accepted the dance. So why keep the masks on into Victorian times? 3 pressures: gatekeeping, risk, and branding. First, gatekeeping. The industry judged women before it read them. In 1837, the poet laureate Robert Southey told a teenage Charlotte Bronte that literature cannot be the business of a woman's life, and it ought not to be. The Bronte sisters replied with a trick: Currer, Ellis, and Acton Bell. Charlotte later said they felt authoresses are liable to be looked on with prejudice. When Jane Eyre exploded, critics sniffed around her gender. She told George Henry Lewis that reviewers measured her by what they thought becoming to my sex, and she wished they still believed Currer Bell was a man. Mary Ann Evans built a different escape hatch, George Eliot. She wanted her fiction judged as serious, not filed under lady novelist. Dickens wrote to George Eliot in 1858, praising the work and confessing he detected womanly touches. Evans called the disguise the iron mask of my incognito, useful but heavy. Second, risk. Pseudonyms dodged censors, libel suits, and social blowback. Voltaire's entire career test drove that tactic. Percy Shelley printed The Necessity of Atheism anonymously in 1811 and paid the price with expulsion. Byron's Don Juan's first cantos arrived without his name in 1819. Everyone guessed anyway, which tells you how pseudonyms could also fan scandal. In France, Henri de Balzac started out churning potboilers under names like Horace de Saint-Aubin, a firewall between youthful trash and the towering comédie humaine he wanted his name to stand for. Newspapers and magazines supercharged the habit. Reviews ran unsigned. Essays appeared under house voices. Charles Dickens debuted as Boz, a family nickname twisted out of Moses by a toddler's mispronunciation. Across the Atlantic, Samuel Clemens took a riverboat call, Mark Twain, 2 Fathoms, to brand his voice as distinctly American. Third, branding and persona. A pen name lets a writer split into departments. Chekhov published his early comic sketches as Antosha Chakonte, then signed his serious stories Anton Chekhov.